Chelsea showed the mettle of champions against Liverpool. Thomas Tuchel surveyed the away dressing room. A lot of tired men. A lot of exhausted, aching bodies. But he would have seen something else as well. The mettle of champions. The faces of defiance, of determination. Tuchel will have suspected as much already, of course. He travelled back from Porto with these players and the Champions League trophy. Yet domestic football is different. A long, arduous, often unglamorous slog. And Chelsea are unlikely to play a longer 45 minutes this season than the second half at Anfield. And they came through it. Not with a win, but a draw. A goalless draw played out across 45 minutes plus additional time with a man short against one of the most unrelentingly energetic attacking sides in Europe. Liverpool do not stop running. Liverpool do not stop trying. Yet the best chance to win the game after halftime fell to Mateo Kovacic of Chelsea. Before the end, locals headed for the exits. They had seen enough. Chelsea were not going to bend to Liverpool's will. So it was not just that they held out. It was the speed with which stalemate became the likely conclusion. Quickly, it seemed Chelsea had got this. Repelling Liverpool, they were quite magnificent. "Look what they did, down to 10 men," said Jurgen Klopp. They could have changed to 4 at the back, they could have gone with something different in midfield, but they kept a back 5 and counter-attacks. So they still had an advantage, because in the area where you score goals they had 8 players, plus a goalie. He could barely hide his admiration. When Atletico Madrid eliminated Liverpool from Europe with a cuss display in 2020, Klopp was contemptuous of their negativity. This was different. He had genuine sympathy for the red card shown to Reece James for handball on the line, even though it was the right decision, and nothing but respect for Chelsea's second-half reaction. The back line of Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, Andreas Christensen, Thiago Silva, Marcos Alonso and keeper Edouard Mendy were outstanding, the rest were relentless in frustrating Liverpool. It is very unfair to question Romelu Lukaku's display against Virgil van Dijk given he was alone for much of the match. Chelsea would not have got this point last season because they did not possess a striker capable of battling physically as Lukaku did, not even Olivier Giroud. It was a ferociously brave and unselfish turn. So when Tuchel reflected on what may well stand as one of the best performances by any group this season, it was seen through the eyes of a manager who felt he had won. A point at Anfield is never a bad result, but this carried the psychological lift of 3. It was an evening that demonstrated whatever the title race has to throw at Chelsea this season, even Cristiano Ronaldo, they are ready for it. Absolutely. It was like a win, said Tuchel, whose side took the lead through Kai Havertz. Would it feel the same if we played 11 versus 11 or conceded a penalty in the last minute? No, because you feel super disappointed that you lost 2 points. This feeling is not like that because the challenge is so high. Even without the red card it is one of the toughest games to play at Anfield, so this feels good and the players are super tired. But they did it and this is what I love. You can talk about it at halftime, and you can make promises, but then you have to survive difficult situations, the pressure, all the runs and the attacking confidence of Liverpool. You have to absorb it, be braver and braver to escape the pressure. We put in Thiago Silva for his first game since the Copa America and you could see that after 10 minutes he got stronger and stronger and had a huge impact. Kovacic was fantastic too, and I was praying in the last 5 minutes that we take this result and this point and have this experience together. Then we can survive situations like this, and it shows you have the spirit to overcome difficulties and obstacles. This is maybe the toughest question you can be asked in world football. At Liverpool, a man down for 45 minutes, defending with the cop on your back. So this says in these moments we have what it takes. The key factor in the last half of last season was that we played like brothers and we could rely on each other. Today was the proof. He's right. Matches like this are what the best teams draw on when hope is fading. Can they score? They always score, said Clive Tildesley of Manchester United in the dying minutes of the 1999 Champions League final, but that would have been what the players were asking of themselves too. Recounting all those times when, backs to the wall, they had beaten the odds. And Chelsea holding out would have felt like that, just as they held on to close out the Champions League final against Manchester City last season, or to claim the semi-final first-leg draw away to Real Madrid. This is another result dispatched into a mental file. Whether defending a lead, locking away a valuable point, Chelsea's players now have memories of 10 men at Anfield to call on. It is a powerful and inspirational narrative. I was almost dead, said Jorginho, who finally made way in midfield after 87 minutes. It was tough. When you are a man down at 1-1 after 45 minutes in that atmosphere, it is very hard not to concede. It was a big team effort, and we are proud because we showed that we can suffer and we can fight. It was nice to see everyone helping each other properly as a team. We are growing because we believe in what we do. Klopp seemed to acknowledge Liverpool might have done better. A little more patience, a little more quality around Chelsea's packed area. Still, Liverpool have 7 points from 3 games and are unbeaten. City, last season's champions, began that campaign with 4 points from 3 games. It is very early days. Yet Klopp's explanation for why he couldn't feel too upset was illuminating. "This is Chelsea," he said. "They are full of confidence and quality. Before the game some people might think they could even have run over us. It's rare to get this kind of intensity. Already, Chelsea are the team to beat."